she wants you, oh yeah, hey, I'll let you do this interview again, you have another chance. Or you know what, for this interview you're gonna be able to just skip right through. You don't have to do the interview part, you get the job right away. When she sees that, whether it's from social media, in person, however it happens, when she sees that, her ego is right here, and without you guys even trying, that ego is getting attacked. Take your control back or keep your control. What is up, my BBossBaddies and my bad money fellas? It is your girl Bosana and welcome BBossArmy. So as you guys can tell by the title, today we're going to be talking about why women come back want you when it's too late. So we're going to be talking about all the girls that literally are coming chasing after you now that it's like too damn late that you even want her. A lot of these girls are pretty funny out here. They think they're slick coming back to you when it's too late and thinking that it's gonna work. And if it's working on you men, fellas, brothers, make sure it's not working, because when they come back, it's the deuces or it's too late. You guys already know the routine. Make sure you check out my Patreon. Make sure you check out my second YouTube channel. And of course, make sure you check out my other social media. And let's go on ahead. Oh, can't forget, if you do want to book a consultation with me, make sure you go ahead and email me and we'll go from there. We start from 5, go down to 1. So that means what? You gotta watch until the end to get the number 1 thing. Number 5 on my list is lost her options. Men, fellas, brothers, a lot of women out here end up coming wanting you now because of the fact that they have nobody else. And I know it sounds really bad, because it's just like, wow, you're really at this bottom point where a woman is gonna wait until she has no other option to pick you. But it's the truth, and I hate to break it down to you guys, but at the same time, I love to, because I want you guys to learn from it. And one thing is, like, you guys don't take none of this stuff as I should be very heard about, but take it more of educational, because when you learn from this, you look back and say everything was a lesson instead of saying it was regrets. And that's what's the most important thing, because not just you guys, but even me, there's a lot of stuff that I had to grow from and learn from. So most importantly, all this stuff, it's not bad things, it's just eye-opening. You get what I'm saying? You see the difference? So back to what I was saying, a lot of women out here look at you as just one of the last options. And I was talking about this in I think one of my most recent videos. I was saying how you're at the end of the list, right? So the unfortunate part about all of that, these girls are looking at you and they don't see nothing that's very important. You don't stand out from the bunch. And it's very tragic, but I'm being honest with you guys. So you don't stand out from all the other guys. And that's how you have to take it. I told you guys since time, women love to compete. And not only they like to compete with the men that they have. So that means the men that they have, they want to have the best man. They don't want no sucker. They don't want a guy that other women are going to be looking at like, huh, look at her and then look at what she got with. Right? Because it brings a value down on her. It makes her not look as important as she feels like she should look. So most importantly, these men out here, when she decides to pick, there's going to be guys that are going to throw themselves at her. And on top of that, the guys are going to have either money or not, no money. So that's when she starts deciding what status, where you're at. And I say status as in status to her, where she puts you as. This is your status, this is your status, and whatever she values, your status is gonna weigh where she feels like you should be placed. So back to what I was saying, for her, it's all depends on you, but it depends on what she likes. And most women out here, they like the same thing. You know, nowadays it's about all that money, all that status, who's up next, who's up, who's already up, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna talk more about all of that moving forward, but I hope you guys get the point with that. So basically, you're getting chosen because of the fact that now she has nobody else to pick from. And you guys have to keep in mind, because of that reason right there, all the other guys before you and after you are still in consideration. So you have a slim chance of being kept around because of the fact that you are competing with so many other people. These girls that already seem like they have attention and validation that they're receiving from other men, that's when you have to be super worried. But you don't have to be worried if you don't even put yourself in that situation, or when you're already ahead of the game, right? But those situations right there like that, those girls, they have so many different options. But believe it or not, a lot of these girls run out of option because of the way they're so toxic, the way they don't have anything to offer, the way people see them, men see them, especially men, see them for who they are, and then they're basically getting exposed for who they are. So in those cases right there, they can't keep nobody around at all. So keep that in mind right there. Number 4 for you guys is no access to you. So I put it in brackets, wants control. And you guys, remember, women love control. It brings out that power in them that makes them feel like they're higher than a man. A man. And I like to say a man because of the fact that you guys have to remember, and I've said this over and over, but I have to keep reminding you guys because since time, women were not supposed to have control. You guys, am I lying? Women were not supposed to have control. You guys, write down, put in the comments right now that I'm not lying while I'm putting this on. Am I lying about that? Women weren't. And back in the day, men had control because they took care of the whole family, right? They took care of the family, but females were taking care of what? The household, right? Doing the dishes, cleaning, whatever it was supposed to be. Home wives, right? But they were actually living to their expectations. So now, men don't have full control. Either they're gonna split control, or they're gonna not have any control at all, and the woman's gonna have control. So back to the whole controlling thing, it leads back to women wanting full access to you. But what happens is, once it's too late, you men come to a senses. And I don't know if you want to say senses, but I feel like it's you coming to a senses and realization of, okay, this is not right. I can't let a woman treat you like this, right? So you men coming to your senses and realizing like she can't have no access, because that's when she's getting the control and getting the best of you. So in these cases right there where it's the best of you, control, her telling you what to do, her guiding you through everything, and you actually doing everything as if this is a job. A lot of men out here acting like this is an interview. This is not no damn interview. You guys are not out here trying to get the job of being her freaking sugar daddy, of being her provider, of being there for everything that she needs. This is not no damn job interview. You show who you are. And if that's not good enough, you don't bring all these things that she feels like is gonna make you good enough. All right, fellas, you understand that right there? Because that's what's happening with a lot of men. And then once they get heartbroken and these girls actually turn away, and it sucks because it gets to that point where these girls have to turn away. Once that happens, fellas out here, what's happening is now, oh, guess what? She wants you. Oh, yeah, hey, I'll let you do this interview again. You have another chance. Or you know what? For this interview, you're going to be able to just skip right through. You don't have to do the interview part. You get the job right away. So what's happening with a lot of these females right here, they're giving you the chance when it's too late. And then a lot of men are thinking that it's still okay. Even though it's too late, it's still okay, which is not. And then they're going to take the chance and still get played. You get that? So it's these girls winning this type of game that is out here. And a lot of men still want to deny, oh, it's a game, it's a game. Okay. Keep denying it, but you're still going to get played like it's a game. You have to be able to see what's in front of you, see the truth, fellas. See what's really the truth right in front of you, okay? So basically, to wrap that all up, what number 4 is, they have no access to you, and they have no access. That's why they want you back. The access, being able to control you, having all this power over you, deciding what your move is, or deciding if when they can get you, or they can get you at this time, whenever it is, they want control over that. So that's what happens with these females, you guys. So please don't let it happen that way. When she wants control over you, take your control back or keep your control. Next thing on my list is number 3, and this is seeing you with another female, and I put in brackets jealousy, and I did put one more thing in brackets, but I'm not going to talk about it right now. Let me just say this. So a lot of women get to a point of wanting you when it's too late, because of the fact that when they see you with a whole nother female, they start feeling away. It brings that ego down, so it starts getting crushed. It's basically, say it like this. This is her ego. When they see you with another woman, especially you guys, if she looks good, let's not even say looks better, because of course, even if she looks good, a lot of women say, oh, she doesn't look better than me though. So either way, as long as she looks good, right? and most chances are, you know, you're dating the type of female, or you're talking to the type of female that looks like that girl that you have the crush on or want or whatever, right? So this is her ego. That type of female that you ended up getting, when she sees that, whether it's from social media, in person, however it happens, when she sees that, her ego is right here, and without you guys even trying, you and that woman, that ego is getting attacked. So it's like sending shots, pew, 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 sending shots to her ego, and it breaks it down because of the fact that this is not what she wants to see that is going on with you. She does not want to see another woman with you at all. So you guys do send those shots, not even trying. And that's what you guys have to take from this video as well. Do not try with any of this stuff at all. At all. So with that being said, you guys are sending shots without even knowing it, and it affects her so much, especially when the girl looks good. And remember, jealousy is a big part of why women start getting their feelings and wanting you back, so they don't feel that jealousy, because it's a big way for it to attack their ego. And so let's move on to the last thing that I have with this point, and this is doubted you. So remember, men, a lot of women that look at you, they either feel like you have no game, so you can't get any woman. They feel like, well, for me, I have guys that do this. They do the most, and they have so much game with it. They have charisma with it. So with that being said right there, they're the ones that can get me. You don't have anything to offer compared to these guys. That's how they're feeling inside, right? So because they're feeling that right there, they've been doubting you from the start. They've been doubting you from the jump. And now they're still continuing to doubt you until it's too late. But it's taken it to be too late, because that's when you start doing things that you've been blocked to do. And I'm gonna say it's blocked on you, because you guys have to remember, you have access to get to all this stuff. You have control to get to all this stuff, to be able to do it. So it's been blocked from you, and now that you don't have this toxic woman, this woman that's been trying to control you or got in your head, now that you don't have her in the way, what's happening for you is you can just go straight through the gate that's already open. But a lot of men don't realize, with these gates, you can open it. There's no lock on these gates. Women are the ones that are controlling things, and men feel like they don't have anything to basically attack or do anything to get through. Just take it like this. Women are as weak as if they didn't put no lock on that door. So that means the door stayed closed, right? The door stayed closed, and that lock that was never actually sealed in that door, you didn't have to try to break through. All you had to do was push it through and step right through. You see the difference right there? And that's where you guys limit yourself to be lower than what you guys should actually be, because of the fact that you have more power than you believe that you have. But it's all in here, man. All right? So make sure you check out my second channel, because I do talk more about this whole mentality type of stuff. But I don't want to get too deep, but I hope you guys get what I'm saying with that right there. So you have to remember that if people are already doubting you, it hurts, because it kind of gets in your head if you are not stronger than that. And it sucks when you're already at a weak place. So what your job is to do is to prove them wrong, okay? So let's move on to the next thing on my list. And this is, you look better. And I put in brackets, healthier and stronger. So a lot of women come back to you when it's too late. It's because you have gone to a place of taking care of yourself. Physically, mentally, everywhere in here. Everything that you can do to fix yourself up, you've reached. And that's because you've gone closer to yourself. You know what's best for yourself now. And a lot of times these guys out here, and it could happen to be you, a lot of men out here start feeling like, okay, well, I'm just not as good as her. She's ahead. She's better than me. They keep themselves at a level of being less than her because they feel like she's better. And that's what happens, is like, you can't elevate when you are going to put yourself at this right here, when you can reach up here. So with that being said, if you want to be stronger, you want to be healthier, when you're dealing with a woman that's like this, that's putting you at a place over here, you can never reach up, and all it's going to take is when she's gone. And then when she's gone, for you men, you're over here, and now you've been able to do this because she hasn't came back. But I tell you guys, like, a lot of times men can drop so quickly because the woman comes back and gets back in their head, their mind, and it makes them fail again. But you can always pick back up. It doesn't matter how far you drop, you can always pick back up. So you guys, remember, be careful the type of woman you put in your life, because it can control how your outcome can be if you're not stronger than that outcome. You get what I mean? So if she's telling you certain stuff, if she's able to get to you, if you're not in control of all of that, then you're screwed. So it's better off sometimes to just work on yourself, get to a bigger status, get to a bigger place, get to a healthier place. So let's move on to the last thing on my list, and this is you're on your purpose. And I put in brackets, it's showing. Okay, and I put it's showing for a very, very important reason, but I also put is she sees it. Now, when a lot of women are dealing with different men, they don't notice what your value is if men are able to offer a lot more, because basically what they're doing overshines what you're doing. So because it overshines what you're doing is so small, and it's hardly able to be noticed. It's like the crumbs of the cookies, literally the crumbs of the cookies, the breadcrumbs of anything. You are not going to be noticeable because you are so small compared to the things that are overcoming with it. And that's because of the men's out here that she's dealing with basically are capable of doing more. It doesn't mean that you aren't capable, but it means that you have to work to be able to be capable. So it means that you have to start changing things about yourself in a good way of helping yourself, getting closer to yourself, things like that, right? So with that being said right there, it's not showing yet because it starts showing after she's gone. You have to remember, women are a distraction. So when they leave out of your life, now you are able to show all of these things because of the fact that you have no distraction. So you elevate, you get to where you need to be. But it didn't show the whole time because you were not able to do that. And on top of that, there were other people that were doing that and were able to do that. So for you, you're at the bottom when you feel like you can be at the top. But you were not able to do it because it's still back on you. So it's very, very important. Maybe that's one of the biggest things you can take from this video. It's very important to watch who you put in your life. And I know I'm talking about women, but I don't want to just say women. Be careful for anybody. Be careful who you let into your world, because it can mess you up and it'll allow you to not stay on your purpose and get on your purpose. And like I said, she sees it now, because the whole time she couldn't see it, she had other guys that were distracting her, and not only that, you were not able to get to that point. So now she sees it. And on top of that, when girls already put a man at a lower status, they expect way too much where it's out of this world, so they will never ever see anything from you until they step away and they're looking from a distance. And that's what it takes for a lot of women. They have to see it from a distance instead of seeing you right by your side. Okay, so I really hope this video helped you guys out, and if it did, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Make sure you follow me on my social media. Make sure you check out my second YouTube channel, and of course make sure you check out my Patreon. You guys will see me in my next video. Bye, you guys.